I don't know if you guys have seen all the bullshit being spread again by Chuck Schumer, because pretty much all he's good for is spreading shit. Well, no. What would the Kresensteins do then? Anyway, they're starting it up again because what else do they have besides bullshit and trying to fearmonger? But the real question is, hopefully, again, the liberals, I say it every episode, hopefully you guys are listening because I need your input on this one. I need to know why the fuck you people eat this shit up. I do, because I don't fucking understand it. No one with a brain fucking understands it because it makes no sense. In fact, it might even make less than no sense. Haven't decided yet if it makes less than, but it absolutely fucking baffles me that people stand behind them and there's people that actually argue it. I know a lot of the people you see on social media, arguing it are bots or paid for people, but there's actual people that I see it, like real people in the comments, arguing for it. And that is, when they started up once again, that voter ID is Jim Crow 2.0. That's voter suppression. It'll disenfranchise people from voting. Again, for the liberals, if there's anyone here, hopefully Drew, Jill, any randoms, I don't know very many of you that still talk to me, but who the fuck does have needing an ID to do a disenfranchise? How the fuck is it racist? If I could say it louder, how the fuck is it racist? How is it Jim Crow 2.0? How is it any of those fucking things that these dumb motherfuckers get away with saying? I want a good fucking answer. Because, I got, lists in my head. I got lists here. There's lists everywhere, but things you need fucking IDs for. Let's get some help for some things that I fucking sure I'll forget. Boarding domestic flights, knew that. Entering federal facilities, knew that. Opening bank accounts. Applying for loans or credit. Obtaining a marriage license, job applications, accessing medical services, purchasing age-restricted items like alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. And I'm sure cannabis in states where it's, legal, not here. So I don't have anything in that battle. But, renting a car, getting an apartment, getting any kind of housing, whether you're renting, whether you're buying, whether you're getting government-assisted housing, whether you're getting anything, you need an ID. Joining the military. Hell, I still get carded sometimes for R-rated movies when I try to buy them. And I don't know if you people have looked at me lately. I look when there's a person under 40 and they still card me. I'm fucking close enough. But it still fucking happens even at the ripe age of fucking 37. Like for rated R movies, movie theaters. Like to see them. I've seen them card people and turn people away because they're 18 and they arrest someone that was 17, even though it was their sister. They couldn't vouch for them. They wouldn't let them in for an R-rated movie. You need a fucking ID to do pretty much anything at all. And yet, they have this giant talking point that they keep spinning and people keep falling in line for and repeating just because it proves that they're actually like fucked in the head. Because this is one where, there really isn't any gray area. You can have gray area for, a lot of things. How you feel about ICE. There's gray area. Do I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing legally and constitutionally? Yes. But can I see how people can have some, gray area on parts of it? Sure. I'm sure anyone with a brain can. Police reform, doing it intelligently compared to what some of them want to do. There's gray area to do it right in the middle. There's a lot of things like that. This one doesn't have any fucking gray area. Like, who the fuck is it going to disenfranchise? Because no matter what, everyone in this country that does anything, from living somewhere to getting medical treatment to driving anywhere to getting on an airplane to joining the military to buying alcohol, tobacco, and firearms to doing fucking anything, you have to have an ID already. So again, my question to the liberals is who the fuck is going to be disenfranchised by that? Voter ID, like you need an ID for everything else. And if voting, in our elections are so important, democracy and all that shit they always spew, why the fuck is this even like an argument? Like everyone should be for this. And yet, we all see people arguing. I don't know how you people, when I say you people, I mean everyone on the left that's in, like, let's say wherever the hell Schumer's from in New York, or the Californians with Pelosi and fucking Schiff, and like all the people that keep spewing all the shit that you know is full of shit. Why do you keep voting for them? They do nothing. They just spew fucking shit. They have no policy, which is why they're still talking about the Epstein files. And that's not working, so now they're bringing up this is Jim Crow, because that's all they fucking have. They don't have their own policies. They don't fix anything. They don't fucking do anything. Like, for the love of God, you said we needed to end fucking, free Palestine. We got done with the war. Not good enough. Moved on to the next fuck. But it's Trump. Maduro. We're saying we need to get him for a very long time. Trump goes and gets him. War criminal. Like, it does not matter what he does. Dumb motherfuckers find a way to spin it into something fucking bad. And somehow this is getting spun into Jim Crow. Like, do you know how people were treated in the Jim Crow era? You know how bad it actually was for the minority communities in certain states? Like, it was catastrophic. Like, it was so dehumanizing and shitty and shouldn't have happened. That was so fucking long ago, and this is nowhere near that. Because you need a fucking ID to do everything. So how is this one thing suddenly like no one can give me a good reason to make me believe them? Because there is no good reason. Again, there's a lot of things where there's gray area. I might not agree with you on some of it, but I can still see where arguments can be made about how this could be done different, or that could be done different, or this could be done different. And, that puts gray area where, we could try to, pick and choose and find things that we agree on to make it a good idea, to find middle ground. And I think there's a lot of, I think we'd be much better off as a country if people stopped eating this shit and started realizing that there's a lot of area like in the middle with a lot of things where we don't agree on everything. But we can find things that we agree on, which starts at least a fucking conversation and humanizing people. Because I don't know about you, I'm tired of being called a racist. I'm tired of being, me supporting law enforcement. Suddenly I'm part of the Gestapo. Please God. Or they're comparing this to Nazi Germany and the Jews, for the love of Christ. Everything nice, everything holy. Stop and think. Think about what happened to the Jews who were actually German citizens and all that, and what the fuck happened to them because they turned it on them. And the atrocities that they went through across Europe. Where they went, they got them. And look what happened to them in the end. Please enlighten me how this is in any fucking way compared. Again, because you just hear and regurgitate and you don't fucking think. Hopefully, as that keeps getting through, hopefully I just got through someone's fucking head. Because that's a bunch of horse shit, but this is the same fucking thing. Doesn't oppress anyone, doesn't suppress shit except for people that shouldn't vote, because everyone already has a fucking ID, so everyone can show an ID and prove that they're fucking supposed to be here and voting in the first fucking place. I'm just tired of fucking hearing it. Like, I'm so tired of hearing it, I'm even commenting on idiots, like the politicians themselves, when they say things, and responding to people who say dumb shit, because you just have to be fucking stupid to fall into this one. Again, gray area on a lot of this. A lot of things, I could find gray areas, whatever. I'm not saying, gray areas where things get shady. I'm calling the gray area, things in the middle where we could at least agree on something, common ground, to at least start a conversation, make things better. But this one, like, if you believe this, you're just a fucking stupid person. It's like the Gestapo thing. Like, you've never read anything, you have no idea about history, you're just listening to what they say, not going, no. You're just regurgitating. This is why everything's so fucked up in the first goddamn place. So do me a favor. If you're listening to this, you know any liberal friends, I think I was still nice. I do. If you're a liberal, thank you for listening. Please get in the comments, especially listen to the Spotify for Creators link. It's even built in directly at the website, 2146media.com. You click on it, you can listen to it, you can comment directly on that thing, we can have a conversation. Politely. There. And start a conversation about this, why you agree with and why you don't. I don't know, but I can't find a reason to agree with it. I think they're just doing the same fear tactics they have forever. And guess what, everyone? I've said this before. I've said it a lot. I've said it repeatedly. Let's think back. And they said they were going to, make abortion rights. They were going to do all that, and they were going to codify it, make it law, so it didn't go anywhere. They had full control. Kamala set the record for tiebreakers by a VP by a mile, just in the first, 2 years. She shattered everyone combined. But they didn't do anything for that. Why? And then they ran, said we're going to do it again. They could just use it as a talking point. Why didn't they do anything about, immigration law and deportation laws that were from 30 years ago? Because they don't fucking care. They just want it to talk and to be a talking point, to make the other side dehumanize them and make us look shitty to keep more chaos fucking happening, because that's the only thing they care about, because chaos gets them elected. It comes down to this. It was a really fucking big issue. Why have they never fucking done anything about it? Well, they just spew their gums. Because they don't give a fuck. No one on the left actually gives a fuck, because they always have chances to do things, and they don't. Guess what? Most politicians suck. Let's agree with that. There's very few that are actually worth a goddamn, but holy shit, how many times have they been running the same exact campaign promises for decades, and they don't do any of it? And then people keep voting for and following them. No matter what, you don't have to like the orange man, but he says, I'm going to do it, and he fucking does it. You guys say it needs to happen. He does it. You make him an asshole for doing it and say he's a war criminal, but he does it. Like I'm just saying, think common sense. Get past all the bullshit. As if this is Jim Crow, then Jesus Christ almighty, I might as well be the Pope.